Hi and welcome back to the Hydonso Region. My name is Mads and I've created Pokemon ever since I was 5 years old. And today we're gonna give many of those Pokemon new evolutions. And there's two lines that really needs a female touch. It's my Cactus and Snowman Pokemon that for their final evolutions is male only. So they need something to fight for. They need women in their lives. When a female Icelinger uses Toxic 3 times, it will evolve into Madame Malice. From Madam, Mad, Malice, and Ice. The whole point and theme around the Snowman Pokemon is villains. Its male counterpart, Villainize's Shiny, is based on Dirty Snow, which is how I got the idea to create a dress that was actually slush dirty snow, but kind of like this villainous, posh, manipulative, toxic lady, which worked out really well. This also gave me an opportunity to use a very common snowman trait that I didn't use for the other Pokemon in this line. 3 arms, which worked perfectly with the dress, but also that she isn't a physical attacker. She's gonna be a special attacker, which worked perfectly well because she's gonna manipulate things in the background that pushes Villainize and Icelinger to fight the Cactus Pokemon in the first place. Madame Malice, the villainous Pokemon. Ice Poison type. Ability Ice Body and Poison Touch. Hidden ability Moody Dex Entry. When a female Icelinger becomes increasingly toxic, she evolves into Madame Malice, a cruel and vicious Pokemon. She takes pleasure in suffering of others and often lurks in the shadows, orchestrating and directing Villainize. If in trouble, she throws toxic slush on her enemies. She has a deep hatred for the joyful Howdy Vera. The Shiny is obviously the opposite. It's clean new snow. Its original designs didn't have a male and female counterpart, but turning this into a split evolution works really well for the lore of villains that I've created, creating the mastermind behind the whole thing. Very fun, and I hope you think it's fun too. Let me know what you think about the Snowman line now with this addition. And I recommend that you subscribe so you can be protected from these villains. And the one protecting you is obviously the Sheriff, the Cactus Sheriff. And we're gonna give him a wife. When a female mellow cactus uses Grass Whistle 3 times, it will evolve into Howdy Vera, from Howdy and Aloe Vera. This was the one Pokemon in this video that I didn't have a clear ID for. After looking at many cactuses, I felt like it doesn't match. What I did know is that I wanted it to be feminine, a cowgirl, and a farmer. In addition, I wanted it to have the theme of music in some sort of way, because that kind of got lost when I created Sheractus, which originally was the whole meaning of this line, music. Mellow Cactus, the middle evolution, does have many hints to the singing and dancing in its lore, so I wanted to take this further. And another thing that influenced it was the typing of fairy, because I needed more fairy types. This led me to the Aloe Vera. Now, it is not a cactus, but they share common threads. And I like the idea of the woman being able to patch up the burly man after a long fight. And it's a good counterpart to Madame Malice's evil and toxic nature. After a few attempts to make it proportionally similar to the rest of the line, I came up with this cool idea that if you flip Howdy Vera upside down, it is an aloe vera in a pot. And the orangey bits is actually the flowers of the aloe vera. And since Sheractus have white eyes and teeth, I also gave it to Howdy Vera because I felt like it worked with its design. And that's how this very feminine, cheerful, happy, dancing and singing female Pokemon came to be. Howdy Vera, the aloe vera Pokemon. Grass Fairy type. Ability Dancer and Healer. Hidden ability Liquid Voice. Dex Entry. Howdy Vera evolves from Mellow Cactus after mastering the art of singing. A joyful Pokemon, she loves to dance and sing. Her dancing provides necessary nutrition for crops to grow. how Rivera can heal others using a special gel that she produces. The more she sings and dances, the stronger the gel's healing properties become. For her shiny, I based it on aloe vera branding colors, white and lime coloring. I really enjoy the happy feminine energy I created with this Pokemon, and how much it contrasts Madame Melis, who represent the toxic side, both amplifying the rivalry that is going on with these two lines. And with these two new additions, are you Team Snowman or Team Cactus? Up next will be two spooky Pokemon from the video with the same name. And in that video I fully intended them to be a 2-stage line. But when I created them originally, both was a 3-stage line. But since that video came out, both you guys and myself have expressed a want to see them evolve further, and I must say, I have some banger ideas. And first out will be the Bubblegum Pokemon. And before we start, we need to do some damage control. Bubblegeist will no longer evolve with a Dawnstone. Now instead, it will evolve when you give it a pink acorn that it will use as a shell to create its UFO. And then, in order to further evolve, it will fly to the moon, get a moonstone, and evolve again into Gumronaut. Its name comes from bubblegum and astronaut. It's based on a bubblegum machine and further evolving the whole space, astronaut, alien, UFO theme, with the full intention to maintain its cutiness but take the creep factor a little bit higher. The concept of his main body was very solid, where a bubblegum machine will work both as an astronaut helmet and as a gum bubble. Then I thought, what if it can modify the gum into different shapes and limbs? With the first idea being these massive hands, which is really cool, but then I got another idea. What if I turned it into a spider? Which takes the whole nest idea even further, with bubblegum spider net. And the bubblegum machine, all the bubblegums in it can be eggs. Creepy and a good idea. I did attempt to draw the eggs inside of its bubble, but it looked too busy, so I removed it. Just imagine that they are there. Gumtronaut, the gum alien Pokemon. Fairy ghost type. Ability, Gooey and Arena Trap. Hidden ability, Levitate. Dex entry. A rare Pokemon that lives among vast layers of spider-like nests made from gum. It feeds on prey brought back to the hive by Ufohuba. It can create limbs and other shapes out of bubblegum. Gumtronaut carries thousands of eggs within its bubble. Its curiosity knows no bounds, making it a frightening Pokemon to deal with. For its shiny, just like its pre-evolutions, it's based on the green Hubba Bubba. In addition to like green aliens. I love this Pokemon. It is creepy, it is cute. I love that it goes from a little ghost alien gum into a Hubba Bubba UFO and then becomes like an alien astronaut now exploring the world. But I'm curious to hear what you think about this newest addition to the Bubblegum Ghost line. And while you're down in the comments, let me tell you about the counterpart, the Tin Ghosts, where the metal coat still makes perfect sense, and it makes even more sense to give Trashcanite the metal alloy, which will make it evolve into Pyrocanite, from Pyro, Can, and Night. So my initial idea when I started out was to make it a more knight-like Pokemon with shields and swords, etc. But let's be honest, that is not really what this line is all about. This line is all about finding metal in the trash and melting it and improving its body. So my idea was, I want to merge it with its forge. But not only that, it can also burn trash. The typical knight helmets have this opening to them, kind of like an oven or a furnace. So the whole mouth is this pit of burning, which also shape its body. And now both arms are big trash cans, and its hands are inspired by the claws that picks up trash and burns them. I really like this idea, and I don't think any of you expected it to take this route, though you probably also have expectations of its typing now. Let's see. Pyrocanite, the Forge Pokemon. Steel Ghost type. Ability Well-Baked Body and Flare Boost. Hidden ability Neutralizing Gas. Dex entry. Pyrocanite has merged with its Forge. It searches dump yards for metal to maintain its body and create quality tools. Pyrocanite needs to constantly keep its immense heat going. It doesn't possess fire abilities itself. In order to not overheat, it needs to apply metal to itself. Their ability to burn trash makes them valuable for trash companies. They find joy in burning poison Pokemon, like Trubbish. The shiny references multiple things. One, the typical white ghost, which also its first stage is based on, but also it's based on pure smoke. And I know some of you will be like, why isn't it a fire type? It obviously should be one. I've said it in previous videos, I love when Pokemon looks like a type, but it isn't. I could see if it evolved further that it will be a fire type. Maybe that will happen in a Mega Evolution or something. To me, it's still a Steel Ghost type with fire attributes, and with its abilities it really balances out its weakness to fire, and it works so well with the lore. I surprised myself with the direction this line took. What are your thoughts? Do you think Pyrocanite is a good addition? Let me know in the description. And while you're down there, who's your favorite out of all the Pokemon I created in this video? Honestly, it's tough competition, but I have to go with Gumtronut. As usual, here's a hint for an upcoming episode. If you haven't checked out the videos where I create the pre-evolutions, I recommend that you do so, which are all on the screen right now. Make sure to like the video and subscribe, check out my other social media. And with that, let's draw them all in the next video. Mads out.